Hello everybody, and welcome to the 13th episode of my Create Astral Let's Play series. Last episode we finished off getting stone, or I guess, not stone, Mars stone, as well as moonstone, and finally deep slate, cobblestone, all automated, giving us a whole bunch of resources downstairs. And this episode we're actually not going to work on getting the advanced circuit. And I have a couple of reasons for that. The first reason is having all my resources over here, over there, and all the way over here as well. It's too much, guys, and I kind of want to get something to consolidate that, which is going to be Applied Energistics. With Applied Energistics, I can have my resources be anywhere I want them to by using the Applied Energistics cables, exporting buses, import buses, storage buses, and all that. So this episode, I'm actually going to focus on doing Applied Energistics instead of the advanced circuits, which hopefully I can get to pretty soon, which hopefully also having all the cables and convenience of Applied Energistics will help make the automation easier, and also we can get ourselves the actual integrated circuits normally automated as well, which we're probably going to have to get limestone automated for that, which I do have a plan for that, which I'll tell you guys about in a moment right now. So first thing, as I mentioned last episode, I wanted to recreate my area over here. I did. I figured out 6 is probably the perfect area, or the perfect amount for me to actually have for the belt can't handle it anymore. So I cut this down to only 6 drills going into 3 different millstones right here, making ourselves all the resources over here. So this would actually give us 3 times the output of resources for over here. What I also did too is just kind of added a compacting joy for all the extra cobblestone to turn to triple compressed cobblestone. I didn't do this because I thought it would be useful. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to see how much triple compressed cobblestone I could get. That's really another reason to, besides seeing how that would happen. So now, that said, I have another thing I want to work on. It's not going to happen right now, but it will probably happen within the relative future, maybe in the next 3 episodes. It depends on what I want to do after I finish this episode right here. And that is this right here. As you guys know, I wanted to get red sand because using red sand, when washing it, you can get zinc and dead bushes. However, as you guys know, when we automated that wonderful machine over there, we actually get zinc from that. If we, let's see, I think I can check it out from over here. We can just pop ourselves down. Yeah, I'll take some little bit of damage. It's fine. We'll take the express over here. You can see here, we have a whole bunch of zinc now. We actually don't need to get zinc from the other way anymore. So what I'm going to do with this machine over here is actually repurpose it to make limestone. So how am I going to do that? First, I'm just going to take all this stuff over here and just delete it. Well, not delete it, but I'm going to delete it because it just doesn't make sense to have. I'm going to remove this because what's been happening to is my cobblestone and my obsidian keep getting caught on top of this, and I don't like that. So I'm going to change how all this over here works. And instead of having this over here, this section here is going to be pretty much deleted. This section will also be deleted because I won't be needing to make this flint anymore. As you can see, I already disconnected the calcite, so I can get calcite stacked up in here. So this will all be reworked, and I'll also, again, this is 8 over here right now. I'll be cutting it down to 6. You can see I already cut one off, so actually I think there's only 7 left now. Just to make sure it doesn't overflow and over-stress for no needed reason, pretty much. I also did add down a stress meter here. This stress meter isn't for our boilers. This is for ours windmills on top of the carrot farm. I decided to add this because it'd be kind of cool to see. I'm just checking it every now and again, because as you guys know, I do plan on making that thing go pretty tall over there. So I thought I would just mention those things pretty quickly before we kind of get into actually the Applied Energistics to give you guys a little bit of a background on what I plan on doing next. So, now we're going to go to the quest, and we're going to go to Astral Storage. It looks like, I don't know where the start of this actually is. It looks like the start is right here. So note, this tab is a vague guideline for Applied Energistics 2. Now guys, I pretty much only use refined storage, so I actually don't know how to use Applied Energistics. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of overlap, but I know there's things like limits, like I think it's 32 per side of the controller. I don't remember what it's called, 32 limit or something. Looks like I need some skystone. Looks like we're only getting Scriber, and Scriber is gotten by putting a machine frame and a stone cutter, so that's honestly very easy to do. And how can we get skystone? It looks like we can get skystone dust. Now, I'm pretty sure I have skystone somewhere. I wonder how we make it though. So it looks like it's really that's the only way to get it. So we'll try to find some skystone and see where it spawns here. And now I do actually have all of the presses. I think it's in one of my chests over here somewhere. It might be in this chest right over here. There we go. We got all the presses right here. Now, looks like I need to make myself a inscriber first. Now, I don't know if this needs power, so I may just put it along my lines over here somewhere so we can kind of get that going. But what I'm going to do right now, guys, I'm going to get a little bit of that. That's going to bother me. I need to change those guys right there and that one too. Sorry, I got distracted right there. But what I'm going to do right now is get some stuff ready. I don't know where I need to find the skystone, so I'm going to go ahead and find myself some of that skystone. I'm going to get myself probably 2 or 3 inscribers. Actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to get myself 5 inscribers, because I know the inscriber itself is also used for something different, so I'm going to get myself 5 of these inscribers. I went ahead and crafted those 5 inscribers. I did have to make a little bit of a semi-automation over there to get the basic machine frames being built, because I ran out of the ones I looted from Mars. Sorry, the moon. So what we need to do now is get a few more water mills. So to get that, we get a generator, and finally get the water mill. I already made 2 because I want to figure out how they work, because I want to know what I'm actually going to do. You know, I want to know what I'm actually doing when making this. So this should be all I need, and I should have all the wires and connectors that I need to get this going. Now, I think the next quest, let's see, getting Certus quartz, and then high breaking point. So let's see, to make this, it's just smelting it, should be fine. We got a whole bunch of furnaces, so that should be pretty easy. I can probably just drop it wherever I want. So just to get this, guys, just to get a very basic idea of how this works, actually, let's go upstairs. Where's my food? Let's go upstairs and do it on the surface area, just so we know how this works and stuff. Now, this is going to be very basic. I'm not actually going to keep this here. This is just to kind of build a little proof of concept. I haven't actually built an AE and applied Energistics area just yet. So let's see. Let's get some building blocks. Again, I know this is going to look probably very dumb, but that is fine. Now, right here, these guys should start spinning. Pop my connectors right there. I wonder if I can have multiple connections to the same one. Okay. Now, we don't have batteries unlocked yet, but what is nice about the Apply Energistics route is you actually do get storage unlocked after getting the shimmer dust, which is just putting shimmer on quartz, Certus quartz. So now we need to get the next thing, which is a printed Certus quartz thing. So we get one of these guys, and I think I left all my guys downstairs, so we have to run down there and get them pretty quickly. I decided to go ahead and get myself a furnace so we can start getting some silicon got as well. I did also remove the connector here because each connector can only have 4 connections, so I couldn't actually connect it to these guys over here. So with our Certus quartz, we get a quest completed right there. Unfortunately, we got nothing right there so far, but we can at the very least start to working on the one right here. And to that, we just are going to simply get the quartz inscriber, which I'm guessing can go in either of these guys. We can just probably pop these guys in here, and it should give us our Certus quartz. Let's wait. Looks like it's going relatively slow. Is it because it wants this to be moving water? I actually realized I did not have the engineering press, so I'm actually going to have to go back to Mars to find the engineering press. Oops, I don't want to put too much in there, so we'll just take those guys out. I still have the stuff over there. I haven't really changed it, but I did realize I had, and I think it was called the name press, like it was like a name inscribe press. Yeah, the inscriber name press, but I didn't actually have the, where is it? I didn't actually have the engineering press, so I need to go back to Mars so I can find the engineering press. So I thought I'd just mention that to you guys pretty quickly. I will also probably fix the power over there. I'm guessing it's probably had to do something similar with the water mill edit over here. So I'm also gonna fix it over there. So I'm gonna go to space. I'll bring you guys back in when I find the engineering press, and then when I once again land again. And I just realized I don't have another landing pad with me, so I'm gonna go ahead and craft myself another landing pad, and then I will go to Mars. I got my launch pad. I got my extra repair kits. I even got some food and some fuel to come back with. And we should be able to get ourselves right on going to Mars now. We have everything ready and we should be good. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go to Mars and find that engineering press, guys. I'm ready. I have finally found myself the engineering press. In fact, not only did I find myself 1, I found myself 2 here, which is really nice. You can see I've been looting a whole bunch of these guys. Essentially what I've been doing is just running around, and if you check the map out, I've been just going 1, 2, and now 3. So we can just put a waypoint here and say looted on this. So now that we have this, I don't mind just running back now to, or I guess flying back to base. What I also found too was I actually found my launcher that I had here, or my launch pad that I had here last time. Essentially, what I just did was I knew I took off somewhere over here, so what I did was I just zoomed in and looked for a gray box, and I found the launcher pretty fast. So I guess it would have been fine if I forgot to make another launch pad, but it's always safer than sorry. What I can do now is I'll know my launch pad is near the I guess the yellow looted sign, so I can just pop this guy down right here, and we can head right on back and get back to fixing our water mills and getting some presses done. Let's go into space. I guess back from space to Earth. We are back from Mars. I did rearrange the water mills here. They still seem to be producing the same one FE per tick, so I don't really know how to fix that, but it should be fine, to be honest with you. Here we have our engineering processors, which cost diamonds. We have our printed logic circuits, which cost gold, and then we have our surge quartz, which cost surge quartz. I guess calculation processor, sorry. Then we have silicon presses, which is what's used to actually make everything. And finally, I made myself some extra Certus dust. With all of these, we will be able to create the actual circuits. But to create them, you can see we need something called shimmer dust, which is made by pouring shimmer onto Certus quartz dust. I ran out of dust, which is why I went ahead and crafted myself some more dust. Now, so what I did pretty much was I just made a very, I guess, slapstick together area over here that I can just use to turn dust into shimmer dust over here. Essentially, I'm just gonna pop this down here and then just turn and probably click this guy right here, and this should just give me all the shimmer dust I need. So now that we have the shimmer dust, what we can do is we can come over to here. We can pop our circuits in and then put the shimmer in the middle, and that should give us the engineering processor. And with that, we get a quest done, and we can just do that continuously for all of these guys. You guys can see here, the processor is what gives us the server maintenance, as well as gives us the ME control, which is the heart of this. So I just want to go ahead and make all this so we get the achievements for all of them right now. So this should be the last one I need to make. My crafting bench up here? Yes, it is. So now with our crafting bench, we should pretty easily be able to make most of the stuff I think we need. Looks like I can go ahead and I need to make these. I need to get some glass. I went ahead and got a whole bunch of other resources I need. I also made myself a few more of the processors because I was assuming I needed a little bit more than what I had. So one of the first things we need to make for this is the formation cores, the crafting unit, and the server frame. Now we'll go ahead and make the server frame first because I can. And I don't have Surge Core Dust, which is fine because I should have Surge Core Dust over here being crafted up. Now I should be fine to go ahead and make the storage unit right here. And we're going to go ahead and make 3. I think I only need 2 anyway, so this should be a pretty easy craft. So we can click U on this and get ourselves the... I might as well get all of them crafted up. Then we can go ahead and make the server drive. And now we can finally make the energy cell, which stores power. So if we put this, essentially if we were to put this right here and put a power button on this, I don't know actually if it will work with the, I don't know if these guys share power with each other, so it may not work with that. But essentially what this is used for is when Applied Energistics uses certain crafting stuff, it uses more energy than normal. So having a backup energy storage of AE power makes it so that your ME system won't shut off. That's kind of the whole point of having the energy cell. But it looks like the energy cell in this case is used to make the actual ME drive. So we can go ahead and just get ourselves the ME drive. Or I guess not the ME drive, the ME controller. So let's just run over here and replace this casting table with the basin. We can put that in there and just drop that stuff on there. Don't know if I have enough. Looks like I don't have enough, so I can probably have to get some more in there. And with this, let's just keep it pumping in. I don't know how much it's going to need. Looks like it needs a lot actually. Holy Toledo! I'm definitely gonna have to make more of these guys in the future because of the channel limit, and I'm probably gonna end up using the channel limit. So that is that's probably gonna end up happening, but that's fine. It's honestly pretty easy to make these guys. So let's see. After we make that, this is, I'm kind of surprised this is over here, but so what these are essentially is storage drives. These storage drives is what's used to virtually store all items that you can put in the disk drive. So if you have 10 1Ks, you can store 10,000 items with 630 different item types. An item type is pretty simple. Grass is an item type. Grass, I guess grass block is an item type. Grass is an item type. Seagrass is an item type. Table is an item type. Pretty much any item is a different item type. So, but the one nice thing is, even though it says that, you can see it can store 1,024 items, but it just can't be more than 63 different types of items. So I could store, 1,024 iron blocks, or I could store 100 iron blocks, 20 dirt, 30 buckets of water, 20 buckets, etc., all the way till I get to 63 types. Now that is per. This is taking a long time, so I'll let it cool down while I go do some other stuff over here. But that is essentially how the ME drive works. So now let's get back up here. We can start working on doing the formation cores and getting ourselves the wireless terminal. So to make the formation cores, we're just going to go ahead and make the annihilation, and then we're going to go ahead and make the formation. And if we check here, now we need to make the terminal interface, which, how do I make the, there we go. We are good, guys. I had some glowstone in my chest over here, so we can go ahead and create that panel right now. So we need to go ahead and create a panel once we find the correct one. Go ahead and give ourselves 3 of these panels. With that, we can then go ahead and create the ME crafting bench, but we need to create these first. We need some wood right now, so we can go ahead and create a crafting bench. Perfect. Now I could go ahead and make the ME crafting terminal right now. However, I am going to actually wait to create it, because if I wait, I can use it to create a wireless version of it. And that is where the other version comes, or that's where the this quest line comes in right here. I'm gonna see if this is done up here quickly, then we can go run back over to our crafting bench over there. Hopefully it is done, because this is taking quite a while to actually cool down. I mean, most people only ever really need one, but I am thinking I'm gonna need a lot more than one side. One side of the ME control terminal, or I guess the ME bus controller, can take 32 outputs. So 32 different types of outputting type blocks. I'll tell you guys more when we get there. Each channel has 32, or each side has 32 channels, and channels are used pretty easily, unfortunately. So now what we need to do is go ahead and make ourselves a crafting unit. And then after the crafting unit, we can go ahead and make ourselves the wireless terminal, which I didn't realize how extensive it actually was. To get a shimmer pearl, that's pretty easy. We have a whole bunch of ender pearls made downstairs. However, I don't think I have enough resources for that, so guys, I'm gonna just go ahead and grind up more of these guys right here, and just wait a bit till I get myself a whole bunch of service quartz. I'll also probably go ahead and, let's see, I think I'm gonna have to make a few more batteries too for the energy storage, because I think it said it needed 8 to make the dense version. Right, yeah, it needed, I'm gonna need 8 of these to make the dense version, so I'm probably gonna have to go ahead and do that as well. And let's see, what else was this going to need? The dense version was easy to make, and the wireless pearl looks like I shouldn't have used my quartz fiber, so I'm gonna have to make some more quartz fibers. I'll go grab an ender pearl from downstairs while this guy is doing his job, and then we can kind of just go from there. I should have all the resources collected on up now, and one thing I will tell you guys pretty quickly is that you can make shimmer crystals, but they have no use, so they are a waste. So unfortunately, I did waste a stack of shimmer dust, but it's not too bad. Hopefully they will put a use for it in the future pack update. I don't really see why I can't just throw them in here to get myself more shimmer dust. It'd be nice if I could, but it's fun that I can't. But what we want to do is get ourselves into unlocking the wireless terminal. So if we go back to over here, we're going to see we're going to need. Did I need 8 dense? Okay, there we go. We got 8 dense one now, and all we need now is the frame right here. I did go ahead and craft the shimmer pearl. It was just simply 8 shimmer and an ender pearl. And with that, we should be able to get the wireless receiver. And we can, oops, did it not pull the dense energy in there for some reason? So now we got ourselves a wireless terminal. Let's just make sure it registered in there. So now to get the wireless crafting terminal, we can click use on this and just drag and drop that out. Now, it's great having this terminal, but we kind of need an ME system for that to actually work first. Now we do have most pieces. We have a brain. Right here we have a ME drive, and I guess we have this. Now I'm wondering, does this link directly up to this? device is linked. So I don't know how that connects up. I think you have to connect it with a personal chest. Chest. I'm pretty sure the ME chest is how you link the storage drive to those things right here. But what is nice about applied energistics over refined storage is you actually don't need the ME controller to actually have a working network. If you can have a basic network of 8 channels or less if you don't have a ME controller. Of course, if you have a controller, you can now use 32 channels per side, which if we math, I can't figure that out pretty fast, so let me pull my calculator up quickly. 32 times 6 is 192 channels if you have a ME controller. But also what's nice about the ME controller is this is actually a multi-block. So you can keep stacking up ME controllers all over here in any direction you want to get even more of the sides, or I guess controllers if you ever need them. So now that we have all the stuff to get this, what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and start crafting some of these guys over here. Now I was thinking about it, and it looks like I don't have enough materials here. What am I missing of? It looks like I'm missing the logic processors. What my thought process was does this want me to make 1K drives? It wants me to make 1K drives. So let's make the 1K drive like this, just to complete the quest. And that should complete that quest there. Now I'm pretty sure if you right click this, it takes the casing off and gives you back your storage cell. Now I don't want to use 1K storage cells. From my thought process, I think I'm going to get 10 16K drives. So just to put it in process, a 4K drive, a 16K drive needs 9 of these single ones right here. So I'm going to need 90 of these, which means I'm going to have to get 90 times of all these, which honestly for the Shimmer Dust and the Search Course is pretty easy. And I'll see, I have a ton of gold too because of the gold far down there, so I'm going to probably spend the next, I don't know, probably 20 or 30 minutes. It all depends on me pretty much just growing more Search Course because I'm going to need to probably grow a few more of this. So I'm going to go back to just, I guess, harvesting more resources, and when I bring you guys back in, we can have ourselves a full ME drive of 16K drives. I'm not sure I'm going to put it. I kind of want it down here somewhere. Honestly, I might put it in this wall over here because I know this wall won't change, and I know everything else here will change. So I may end up just putting a basic preliminary piece in this wall right here. I do kind of want the actual controller itself to be very reachable. So I honestly might put the controller somewhere in the middle of the room here, because that way it'll have the most access possible. But then again, I may just honestly clear a back room over here and just have that be the area where I'm going to put my drawer controller. Let's make sure we don't bump into my stairs over there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably just going to clear a little back area right here where I'm going to have all of my fancy little stuff here. I will probably have this in the front though so I can see my drive. And you can see here, this is where you put the drives if they have stuff inside them. After crafting these 9 up here into the final 16K storage unit. It's weird for a second right there. I thought it messed up. I should be able to get myself where is it? Right here. And I forgot 2 quartz glass, which I think I have some extra downstairs still, so that should be fine. So let's just take damage. I think my quartz glass is in one of these chests. Yeah, right there it is. And with this, we can use this and create ourselves the final 16K storage drive. And just come over here and input it into the drive. You can see I did already make the 9 others. I don't want to bore you guys too much. And this is what I have so far. I quite literally just hooked the power up to the wheel over there and have it coming over to here. Which, this can go through walls, which I just found out, well, now pretty much, by testing it out. And this is my very basic setup that I have. Now, under here, there is actually a dense storage cell, because I thought I might as well put one here, just to keep it powered for whenever it needs to. But one of the big problems with this setup now is if we right-click on the controller right here, we can see we're using 11.39, so essentially 11.5 E energy per tick. And this guy over here only produces 15. And we're gonna want to have, probably at this point, probably 40 to 60 storage buses on all the random storage units we have around everywhere. So this is not going to be enough. If we add more cables to, if we start adding automations to this, it's going to very quickly use more power than we're actually capable of making. So there's a couple options we have for generators. If we go to generator, The options we have for generators are the diesel generator, the plasma. Well, we can't really use the plasma generator. The semi-fluid generator, the generator, and the thermal generator. Now, after looking through all these, I think the one I'm going to just go with for now is probably the normal generator, because if we look at the uses on this, I guess it doesn't want to show us the uses on here, but essentially it just makes use of coal. And I don't know if I've showed this to you guys yet, but when I was working on getting more coal dust over here, so we could start making the steel, I actually created a little automation over here that blows the charcoal and turns it into coal over here. Using this, we can very easily use that coal and put it into generators over here. Now, I'm pretty sure what we can even do too is, if I remember correctly, we look at coal on uses on a single coal, it is 8 times, but if you look at on the block, it's 80 times. So it's 10% more beneficial to use a block of coal. So what I could very easily do is not do that, is use a automated packing and just use one of these to pack down blocks of coal. That way we can have the coal be inputted into the burner, or I guess the generators that we have. So that is kind of my thought process for us to do it. That way we can probably get maybe 3 or 4 of those generators going. I think 4 will be good enough for now. That'll give us 128 energy per tick, and that should be enough to run this for a decent amount of time until we at least get a better source of energy. What we could also alternatively do is make another steam boiler and just put a whole bunch of these on there. However, that would require going back to the moon and getting, 9 more of those blaze burners, and also probably setting it up right here. And I don't really want to do it right here. This place is getting a little bit packed, and if I do put another one right here, I want it to be just powering my machines over here. You can see only have 50,000 stress units left, so I'm probably gonna have to put a new steam boiler here anyways pretty soon. So I don't really want to do that, which is why I'm thinking about going the 4 generator route. And again, we can always upgrade the power in the future. We saw a whole bunch of other generators there, and there's even solar panels, which I 100% want to get into. But the basic solar panels are just not good enough right now, and you can see it's very, very resource intensive to make a solar panel that's actually worth getting to, which is why I'm going to hold off on them for now. Of course, solar panels is probably where I want to be in the end, because they have the best options of generating power, because they're passive and free. They're just very expensive to make. So that will be more of a future plan. Ultimately, of course, I want to get probably a couple of these quantum ones, but you can see one quantum requires 8 ultimate, which requires, actually not that bad, it only requires advanced circuits. So this actually wouldn't be that hard to make if we get the advanced circuits automated. So this actually could be relatively in our future. Maybe not the quantum one, but the advanced one could be relatively in our future at the very least. So we may end up doing that. Sorry about my phone buzzing right there. So I'm going to start with those 4 generators, and once I get them set up, we can start getting a little bit of an automation going to get that coal packed and sent over to here. I got a very simple setup right here for all the generators going along right here. All I should have to do now is activate this crude storage unit to export the coal blocks into these guys. As you can see, I'm losing power right now because it has no input right now, because I did turn this input off, because I wanted to start getting this room cleaned up, and I need to replace this dirt block, and it was right there, so I was like, I might as well take it off now. So by activating right here on the up and exporting, all these guys should fill in once I configure the back to auto input. Now this one I'm kind of nervous about getting in. I'm not sure if it will work. Never mind, it's going to work fine. And then putting the back on this one, and then finally on this one, as well as the one over here, should mean they all get power active in them, which means this should be positive now. Right, let's see, 58, 59, yes, there we go. Now we have a net positive in power. So what is seemingly unfortunate, I think, is it looks like this is actually only producing 7 energy per tick, not 32 energy per tick. I'm guessing 32 energy per tick was the amount of output it gives, which is kind of unfortunate. Not gonna lie, I thought it'd be a little bit better than that. However, as you guys can see, the block of coal goes down pretty slow. It looks like 1,000, 2, 1,000, Makes about 2 seconds per tick, which means it should be at 200 seconds per block of coal, which means every 50, we need to pretty much produce 1 block of coal every 50 seconds, which we are easily able to do right now, if you ask me, to be perfectly honest. We should really be able to surpass that and a little bit more than that, so we should have a total net positive on coal here, in case anything happens. Probably the easiest way to tell that would be seeing this number continuously go up. Of course, it went down because we just filled up, multiple stacks of it, but now we have a fully functioning AE system, guys. I am going to check how much stuff we have on time left and tell you, and kind of see before I do that, actually, is the wireless storage unit. I kind of forgot to mention this when we had this guy down. So the ME security terminal is what you need to actually have the wireless terminal be useful. Now, if we go to applied Energistics and look up what's it called, security. I said it was the ME chest earlier. I was mistaken about that. It's actually not the ME chest. It is the ME security terminal, which uses the ME chest, so I guess that's where I got that thought process from. I did have to make an extra 16k for this, but honestly wasn't that bad because I was making so much of these guys anyways that I had the extra for it. So how to activate this is you just simply put your wireless charger in there, and it links it with this system here, and then you can use it. However, I have no way to power this right now. I'm hoping I can kind of just throw it into here and power it. Yes, I can, thank goodness. Now, as you guys can see, I only need 11 RF per tick, so using one of these guys to charge this really shouldn't be that bad. So I'll probably just keep it in there for a while now, and we can test it. So you can see it's out of range. You're probably wondering why. And I forgot about this for a second now, if we go to wireless, I need to get wireless access points for this to work fully. So do we have any left of those guys right there? I'm guessing I don't, but I should have the resources to make it. But I think I may touch on that in a moment. But actually, no, I can go upstairs. They're pretty close by for me to grab it. They should be just right over here for me to get the quartz dust that I need. Don't really want to use my even stack of quartz dust, but I don't really care about it. I can use it so we can get ourselves this guy going up here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go run downstairs anyways too, because I need to get an ender pearl as well to make another one of those shimmering pearls. Now, I've been doing a little bit of cleaning up down here, as you can see. I'm slowly taking away all the crutchy, not good looking stuff, and it looks like I have too much of this stuff now because it's overflowing, so I'm just going to act like that never happened, take an ender pearl, and leave. Honestly, how I've been dealing with the backstuffing of stuff that I've been just taking and throwing on the ground is probably not the best thing to do, but it's been working enough for me to do it. So if we come over to the area right now, let's make ourselves a shimmering pearl. What's nice about the ME system is I can pull everything out in the entire ME system and start creating stuff. So if we go back to wireless, what else are we going to need? We are going to need to get some of these guys and this, and we should be able to make the wireless terminal access point right now, and we can pop it just right here for now. That should be pretty good. So it looks like the standard range is 4 per tick, so if we open it here, you can see we have full access to our ME system wirelessly. I'm guessing that's probably going to add a decent drain onto it, so that should be fine. It only adds like 4, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like 4 onto there, so honestly not that bad. That means about 3 of, I guess 2.1 is all you really need, so having this extra one over here just be for charging my wireless portable charger is probably going to be the play, which is fine with me. Yeah, you can see these are pretty much only one is, I guess 2 are drained out, and this one is the one that's kind of teetering to fill it up with that 15 R per tick. However, I do think this is actually a pretty good wrapping up point now. We've got ourselves an entire ME system. Next episode I'll work on is probably expanding this ME system so that I can connect it to my other drawer systems. I do realize I'm probably going to have to get more power for that, so I might think of another way to get better power next episode, because honestly, I didn't realize these were only going to be 7 RF per tick. I thought they were going to give me a lot more than that. So I actually may start working on getting those solar panels next episode. What I may do too in that regard is semi-automate the advanced circuits, kind of like what I did over here, and then once I get the solar panel activated, I can start, bringing more automation because I'll have more power to automate more things. So once again, guys, thank you very much for watching this episode. I will see you guys next time for the 14th episode of this Create Astral Let's Play series. Once again, thank you guys for watching. I will see you later. Bye, guys.